Ashton Fowler, Sylacauga City Councilman, joins us this morning on a post-Labor Day. So how you making it so far this morning?
Good. Getting up early, getting the week started. So we got a short week, so that's good.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
You made a career change some time ago. Talk about that a little bit.
So, we got about this time last year, I made a career change. Total went from the logistics, transportation area to real estate. And I'm a real estate appraiser, working out of Auburn, traveling there every day. I'll be headed there after this, and it's a great learning experience. I've got a great mentor that's taught me a lot in this past year. So, it's challenging, but that's what I wanted. So it's going good.
Now, your dream is to open your own business.
Absolutely, I think that'd be everybody's dream going into this field, and that's hopefully soon to come. We'll see about that. You have to train for at least a year, but again, you don't. You want to be an expert on the matter before you leave the people that can answer your questions for you. So once I feel comfortable in that, then we'll look at moving back this way or somewhere around here and open up something.
Well, let's get to some questions and answers this morning. We appreciate Ashton for joining us on this Tuesday morning. Let's talk about what's on everybody's mind. It's a swimming pool and another year without a pool. Talk about that a little bit.
Right. Yeah. It's a tough spot, man. And I know I came on here last year and said we'd probably have a pool going. But if I could have predicted the economic downturn, then that would have been something crazy. I wish I could have, to be honest. But it's a spot we got put in where we're in the way with the Chambliss and King group that have done the inventory of all the recreational facilities we have. Fields, pools, parks, everything, and taking basically what needs to be done at each one, prioritizing it, making a list for the council and the planning commission to work hand in hand to see kind of prioritize that list basically. And the pool is one of them, and we got the splash pad agreement and all that going that I talked about last year. And
is that off the table, the splash pad?
No, it's not. So I was about to say, for those that don't remember, we plan is for a splash pad to go where the current city pool is. The mayor representing the city, EDT, who did the assessment on the grounds and the pool, did, as well as ADECA, the state funding source, all signed a binding agreement stating back in June, I think, of 2020 that, the pool was, we had to have something there because of the LWCF grant and have to have something maintained to maintain funding. So the assessment stated that it was too far gone to pour more money into it because we're putting six figures in at a time every year, and it was just ending up worse. And so we decided to shut the pool down. Hot topic. I wouldn't have done it if there was any other way around it besides irresponsibly spending taxpayers' money. So we got in there. Planned on putting the splash pad. We did put the splash pad out to bid. That last show I was on, I know we talked about the next council meeting we're putting it out to bid. We did. We had one bid come back, and it was at $700,000. Now, we planned on $250,000 to $300,000, and I think that'd be pretty irresponsible of the council to accept a $700,000 bid just because it was the only bid. So our idea, and the economy was going up, so we said, look, we've got to wait and see what this economy is going to do before we just take a chance on building something for triple the price.
I think it was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, one of your city council members, co-members, talked about on Facebook about the pool was holding water and the pump was working. How would you address that?
Yeah, so unbeknownst to us, the pool was filled up and it is holding water. You can drive by and see that. But one thing that many of you don't remember is we voted to patch the pool up before we decided to shut it down. In the meantime, we kind of tried to do something to prevent the shutdown of the pool. So we spent about $10,000 to patch the pipings and where we assumed the leaks were coming from the assessments that were done. So as soon as we did that, we decided to shut the pool down. So it really never got filled up after we patched it. This is the first time it's been filled up since it's been patched. So it is holding water. And, the pump you talked about working, it of course hadn't been on in a while, but yet it'll work, it'll go through. But there's several underlying issues that haven't been addressed because we were, planning on the splash pad, so we haven't dug down deep and tried to fix any of it, of course.
Ashton Fowler, our guest this morning, Sylacauga City Councilman, for a few more minutes, and we're going to stay on this topic just another second. It's been a kind of a thorn in everybody's side about this pool and splash pad, and I know you well enough to know you want the best for the citizens of Sylacauga.
Absolutely, Jimmy Dale. And, I signed up for that reason, is to get the best for the city, for the foreseeable future, for my family and everyone. It's something that I take to heart, and I say it all the time, is I shouldn't let the naysayers and the negativity get to me, but sometimes it does, and I will not argue with you on Facebook and stuff like that. I've got more important things to do. I'll hear you out. I'll answer your questions, but when there's something that you want to address, please reach out to me, email, call, text, Facebook message even, but I'm not going to argue on a public platform, and, I'm going to make sure you're informed. I hear your complaints or worries, and it's something that I take pride in, is making sure you have an answer. Whether I can't do it, I'll point you to somebody who can.
Summer season is almost over. We will look at the winter, and then next year will be upon us. And of course, you don't have a magnifying glass or anything you can look at for the future, but where would you like us to go with this situation?
Yes, so my personal opinion is we're on the right track. We've hired a company to do their job. We have to let them do their job, and that's Chambliss & King. And they're at the point in time where they're asking for public opinion. You may have seen the survey that was shared on Facebook everywhere through Parks and Rec, and they're asking for community input. So they'll be tallying that up. I'm sure they got a lot of it over the past few weeks. And once that's there, a prioritized list is going to be made of projects, and then with the Planning Commission's help, the council will pick a catalyst project, kind of a first project to work on out of the whole list that Chambliss & King has presented to us, and we'll go from there.
I have a question that asked me numerous times in the last year. What about the monies we've already invested with these groups and these specialists that have come in, and we paid them, and seemed like some of that stuff kind of wasted a little bit? Well,
we got the assessments we've done on the pool, got us the answers we needed, and how unstable the foundation was, and we found the leaks and tried fixing them multiple times, and that was a result of those assessments. Any other assessments that I'm aware of, revolving infrastructure like the roadways and stuff, we'd love to go and pave roadways right now, because the assessments, obviously you can look and see, but the assessments tell you that's what we need. And we've done a road traffic assessment, and that's being discussed tonight, 6 o'clock at the council meeting, and it's with Kelly and the determination of whether to put a traffic light here or there. So those type things are something that need to be done, and to me they're paying off. They're getting the answers that we need, the correct answers, whether it's accepted or not. The facts are facts.
I don't know how long ago it's been, but on Norton we took down several lights there, and I've heard people complain about that. We've had some accidents at the intersection there. Do you see anything happening there on Norton?
Yeah, so we've done a great job. The council's worked here in this last, especially the new term. I know Nate and Laura and a lot of us have gotten together and compromised where, no, I don't want anything on Norton, or yes, I want the street lights back. So we've compromised and come to a medium of the four-way stops there, putting that down. And when you do that, you have to have state regulations signs and not the rumble strips and things like that put down. So that's the plan, is to hopefully, we've already agreed upon it, but we've got to basically get the state involved and get everything, the right dimensions, regulations, and street department will install all that. So that should be coming.
One topic I haven't heard a whole lot about since before you and I were on before is our garbage pickup. That seemed to be going pretty smoothly.
Yes, no complaints. The implementation was always going to be, a headache, getting everything situated. We've got the garbage cans in the right places. People have gotten ones that they're missing. The flood set us back a little bit. They got washed away. But at the same time, I encourage you, if you're still having problems, reach out to your representative. But also know, if you no longer have the service, that you need to keep the can on the road for them to pick up. And if you do have the service and don't have, say, a second can that you wanted, or your first can is broken, you have to let us know, because the garbage pickup people will not note that or anything. They're there to pick up and go on to the next house. So if you reach out to us, we'll relay the information to the right people.
Next month in October, budget hearings, and Mayor Heigl will be presenting a budget to you guys. How's our money situation in Sylacauga?
So yeah, we're doing great. Everybody has to have debt to make progress. You're gonna spend money to make things great in the city, and we have a lot of infrastructure needs. As you know, the plan is to use some of this economy uptick right now to maybe take advantage of the bond market when the time comes. And what we want to do is go in with more so our capital than our operational budget, and just go to the bond market one time, get what we need, come back and divvy it up the right way. But the mayor's doing a great job of getting the department heads to submit their budgets earlier this year, so it can be looked through, and we can have those meetings most likely the end of September and have it on schedule for October 1 fiscal year.
And all of us need a piece of the pie, don't we?
Absolutely. Everybody needs something, and that's rightfully so. You wouldn't be a good department head if you weren't asking for everything, so that's what you like to see, is for the department heads trying to get everything for their department. And it's our job to basically have to say, no, you can't have this. We've got to put it over here to a more prioritized need. So.
Finally this morning, thanks to Ashton Fowler for being with us a couple of minutes today. We're coming up on the remembrance of 9/11, and I know that's something that's still fresh on your mind after these years.
Yes, it is, and I actually went to New York City the spring break after 9/11 as a school field trip with Danny Culp and those that used to take to school every year, to trips every year, and it was an eye-opening experience from then on out. No, walking out on the plywood, there was not even any infrastructure there, to just the dirt hole where not the World Trade Centers were. To see them digging and actively searching for people was just something I'll never forget. And I play on a military softball team, and those guys and what they stand for and do every day just amazes me. So it's something that I'm thankful for them and to be in the position I am.
I was told you could still swing the bat. Any truth to that?
I'm trying to. I am.
Before we go this morning, again, thanks for coming by. I know you headed to Auburn to work. The importance of us working together as a city. We're going to have our differences, yes, but how we present those differences is all about doing it the right way, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think the biggest thing for me from first term coming in 2016 at 25 years old to now with a wife, 2 kids, and I don't think I need to come on here next year, Jimmy Dale, because each time I come, I got another kid. So I don't know about that, but we got 2 kids, and I think I've taken a more calm approach to everything, as if, hey, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. Let's talk it through. I'm more calm, cool, and collective about. I'm not demanding of, hey, we have to go with my plan or this plan or the other. You've got to look at it and say, how is this plan going to affect the most people in Sylacauga? If it's going to be the most positive, then let's push mine aside and go with yours. And that's the way it needs to be done, is to absolutely help the majority of Sylacauga the best way possible.
And the growth continues. We've got a lot of new businesses coming in. We got the Publix is up and going now out of the ground, and so good things are ahead.
Yeah, they are. And, we've got so much new business coming in, and it's a shout out to our entities and our boards and people that come in and help take stuff off of our plate as a council and mayor. The Sylacauga CDA, Brian Talton, Ryan Coleman, and them are doing such a good job of getting new industry in from downtown to 280 corridor. And, there's several freebies that come in there and just say, hey, I see how much business is popping up. I want a piece of the action. Yeah. And they're coming too. So it's a testament to what the city's doing as a whole. And it's a problem, but it's a good problem. We're running out of land for these developments. So it's a good problem to have. And it's nice to see the projected sales tax revenue to increase with these businesses coming in.
Mm-hmm. Good time to be in real estate and doing that kind of
Absolutely.
stuff.
It is. I'm telling you, I haven't had a second chance to breathe going, traveling, inspecting. So, getting some more gray hairs along the way, but we're making it, and it's fun. I'm loving it.
Keep swinging, Ashton.
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you coming by this morning. Ashton Fowler, Sylacauga City Council. We're back with more on Daybreak right after this.